Hi, welcome to another episode of Now What's Happening. I'm here with my spiritual brother, Corinthus Alston. Hey, Corinthus, now what's happening?
Oh man, ooh, you just don't know. I saw this video and it was something about it that I'm like, you know what? Um, 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 we need to have a conversation about it. We need to have a conversation because it totally blew my mind. It blew my mind. So let's watch the video. We're gonna watch about 2 minutes. We're gonna watch about 2 minutes, but then I want us to talk about it. All right. So I'm getting ready to start this video, and let's talk about now what's happening.
Right now, we're going
Let's
to go to
go.
the racial confrontation that is sparking outrage in South Carolina, where a white Army officer was caught on camera harassing a young black man, saying, quote, "You're in the wrong neighborhood," shoving him at one point. TJ Holmes here with the details. Good morning,
Hey,
TJ.
good morning to you, George. And you know how this must feel to viewers, to Americans. Another day, another viral video of a racially charged incident. And this time, you see a young black man being absolutely berated by a white man telling him, "Get out of this neighborhood or I will carry you out." Now, while we don't know everything that led up to the incident you're about to see on video, what we do see was enough for prosecutors to say that one man should face charges. Hours of peaceful protests outside the home of Jonathan Pentland turned destructive overnight. Members of the Columbia, South Carolina community outraged over this caught on camera incident.
You better walk away.
That led to the arrest of Pentland, an active duty soldier.
You're in the wrong neighborhood.
The incident happened Monday. Pentland is the man you see on the right in red. The 42-year-old is stationed at nearby Fort Jackson.
Or what? What are you going to do?
In the now viral video, for over 2 minutes, Pentland is seen berating the man for walking in the neighborhood.
You either walk away or I'm going to carry you out of here. What do you want to do?
He demands to know where the young man lives.
Where? Where's your house?
And after repeated threats, gets physical.
You better walk away. You walk away. You're talking to my wife right now.
Pentland this morning is charged with assault and third-degree battery, and if convicted, could face a $500 fine and 30 days in jail. Witnesses say police initially said they could only charge Pentland with destruction of property after swatting away the young man's cell phone. But the sheriff says he acted quickly after seeing the video, which has now attracted millions of views online.
We're going to hold those responsible for those accountable. We're not going to let people be bullies in our community. And if you are, then you're going to answer for it. And that's what we've done in this case.
Sade McCallum.
Man, come on, come on. I need to know what you thinking. You got to tell me what you thinking right now.
First of all, of course, I'm outraged as an
hmm
African
hmm
American, as a black man. This is just outrageous. We've now moved from driving while black to walking while black. It's, it's a travesty.
And when I saw that, I'm like, that could have been me. Better yet, how about this? That could have been your your son going outside, walking down the street, or going outside to get the mail,
Yes,
or riding his bike around the block.
I agree. I agree.
A- And
You,
it
you,
stunned me. One thing that stunned me because one, this is a guy in the army. Okay, he work with black folks every day. No, he's going out to the field. I was in the military. All right, but for him to do this is a kid. He looked like a kid. Really?
right, right. I agree. I agree, but don't you see the similarities here, though? You have the military man, and then you have what's going on with the police, people who are in charge, people who are trained to protect, serve, to fight for their country, to fight for us as well. Don't you see a pattern here
Man,
about
it's sad though.
these people, a certain mentality that's going on here? I know I do.
My thing is that, one of the things that you're taught when you're in the military, you're supposed to look out for the person who can't defend himself. All right?
Right.
That's what you're doing. This was completely opposite. He's picking on a boy. You could just look at it, okay?
Right, right.
You could look at this was a young man. He wasn't like you or me. So I think that would have been a totally different conversation.
Yes, yeah, but hold on now. You're looking at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You're looking at it from the wrong point of view. See, you
Okay,
and
okay,
I
come on.
look at
Talk to me.
this.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
You and I, we look at this and see him as a young man.
Uh
But
huh.
when other people see the black, they don't see him as a young man. They see him
You
as
know
an
what?
other.
You know what?
See, you don't treat a person that look like you differently. You treat a person that looks like you the way that you want to be treated. That's
So
not going
so
on
so
here.
so when he saw this young black man walking around in his mind, because that's how it looked like, I mean, I'm
Right.
trying not to put words, but he looked like, oh, this is a black kid running around surveillancing, trying to break into something.
More important than that, he
Hmm.
saw an alien, someone that doesn't
Oh my
belong,
goodness!
someone that doesn't. He saw an other.
Now, now,
It's an,
now,
he looked at him and he said, because the young man said, "I live here," and his response
that is
was,
true. That is true.
"No." So it's
That is
impossible
true.
for him to live where I live. That's what he's
What?
saying.
Now, you want to hear something crazy? The person who took the video was African American and was the man's neighbor.
Unbelievable.
So the neighbor, who happened to be an African American woman who was in the army, was taking the video.
This is unbelievable. However,
Really?
we know that from living in the various communities, from living in the United States,
That is true. That
that
is true.
there are good black people and
Oh
there
my
are
goodness.
bad
Oh
black
my
people.
goodness.
And
Oh
so
man.
some
Oh
people are
man.
experts at looking at you, just looking
Mm.
at you, and they're able to tell if you're a good black person or a bad black person.
Oh
Obviously,
my
this
goodness.
gentleman looked at him and he saw a bad black person.
Oh my goodness. Now we both live in a predominantly white neighborhood. All right.
Correct.
And I know that I'm very conscious when I go walking. This is true. I'm just trying to be real. All right. I'm very conscious. When I go walking my little dog or with my son, this is how bad it is. I keep my ID in my pocket,
Yes.
that my driver's license of where I live. And here's the crazy thing: when I'm walking, people come out and say, "Oh, you're the new neighbor. Get it? New neighbor who moved
Yes.
in the neighborhood."
Yes.
And
Yes.
it literally took about 3 months of them getting used to seeing me, my wife, the dog, son walking around for everyone to feel comfortable.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
now,
Yes.
now, I'm not trying. I mean, because they're really nice people. I have no. I mean, they're really nice. But
Definitely.
it was amazing to see the reaction. Oh, you live here? So I'm again. I'm trying. Okay, I can't give him the benefit of the doubt. He knew better to do that to that young boy. Okay, the way he came up to him, he said, "Hey, oh, I live here." It's like, oh, you know what? Hey, you live here. You know what? You know what? This is my first time seeing you.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
my first time seeing you. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Correct.
Um, you know, next time, hey, wave, say hello. And that didn't happen.
Correct. He should have introduced himself. He should have
Exactly.
approached him more
Exactly.
friendly.
Yes.
Even in the
Yes.
military, what you're trained in the military to do is evaluate a situation. You have to go and see what's going on first, and then decide the correct approach. to deal with a
And
situation.
I'm telling you, when I saw this, I said we need to put this on. What? Okay, so let's talk about the positive.
Yeah, let's talk
No,
about the
no, no,
positive.
no, 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 seriously, seriously. The positive is we don't have a young black male. The positive is um, 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 he didn't beat him up.
Right. Right.
Okay. The positive is, and I hate to say this is the Lord Jesus, that a cop did not come by
Yes.
and we had another incident.
Yes.
And I think the most positive, someone got it on the phone.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but I want to hear your thoughts about why it's so important that we capture these moments on our phone as bystanders.
Yeah. Yeah. But the question that you have to ask is, if the positive is he didn't get killed, then the bar is set awfully low. It speaks to our society. If the positive
Yeah,
is he
it
didn't
does.
get arrested, this is a young man walking down the street.
Hmm.
I remember when the positive was that you didn't trip and fall and hurt yourself. I
Oh my
remember the
goodness.
positive was when you're running and playing, you don't lose your wallet or something like that, or lose your money in your pocket. Now the positive is you're able to come home alive. The
Oh,
positive
see,
is
see,
that
see
you're not arrested. That's the positive. Well,
that you.
if that's
I'm.
the positive, then this
I
is a
know, right?
situation where definitely the negative outweighs the positive.
I mean, the bar has gotten so low.
Mm,
This bar has gotten so low, and so like I don't know about you, but like my wife, she is she freaks out if I go out to get gas at night
no question.
because her thought is that even though you're going to get gas, the likelihood, because of the neighborhood that you live in, you're going to get stopped.
Right.
Something happened. I mean, have we gotten to the point where and I'm gonna bring God in. We can't love one another.
Right.
Have we gotten to the point where it's to the point where it's no longer um you know we having the same red blood, you know, that the pigmentation of our skin
Correct.
uh, gives us the assumption that oh, he can't be there, but your neighbor is black.
Right. Right.
so
Right.
so he can't go. I mean, think about that. I mean, think
Right.
about that. That's just like you saying, "Oh, it's a nice day. I'm gonna go walk around the block." Now, mind you,
Right.
you get up and you go walk around. So the neighbors on the front side and behind you and across the street know who you are, but you are 3 blocks away from your house.
I'm gonna tell you.
Boy,
I'm gonna tell you a part of that that most people don't see. So, let's say
mm-hmm.
you're going to go out and walk the dog or get some exercise. What you have to do though, you have to make sure you kiss your wife, because
Jesus,
see, as a black man, you
Jesus.
understand that you may not come back. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
what you're doing, what you're going to do, you may not come back. And this
See,
speaks
that's
to the
sad.
reality that we live with every day.
Yeah. See, and that's sad that we have come to that state.
Mm,
That we have got, that we have come to the state where you do got to tell your loved ones in your house every time you walk out the door. I mean, you should do it anyway, but I mean but you have to have that in the back of your mind that
right.
you may walk out, but you may not walk back in.
And now walk back in. it's a strange dilemma that we find ourselves in, but it's actually understandable given our history and the world that we live in today. We're
Uh,
we're talking right now in 2021. We just came out of 4 years of Trump and Tea Party and all the madness that had a crescendo of white supremacy on January 6th, trying to take down the government. So this is not surprising when the last few years have been built on purely violence, hatred, white supremacy.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that we need to pray for one another. We need to pray that God makes His way into people's hearts and minds, because we need to go past that, because because what's in your heart is in your mind. It correlates.
There's no
Uh,
question.
uh, that something gets better. So I want everyone to know that, you know what. Um, yes, this was a hard subject, but we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. And if you think this is something you haven't seen, what we got planned for you on what? Tell them what it is. On what? On what? What's the name of the show?
Now, what's happening? Oh my goodness.
All right, all right, all right, my brother.